In the last few videos, we have learnt about forward propagation, so you have the inputs, they get multiplied with the weights, they get all summed together, which is followed by an activation function, and this goes on and on until you get a predicted value. Now this value cannot be equal to the actual value initially, so that is why you have the idea of loss, which shows how much different the predicted value is from the actual value. Now you have the loss calculated, so you have to somehow change the weights and biases to minimize the loss. That was the problem statement. To do this, we use optimizers. Optimizers are used to optimize the weights and functions and everything. We talked about one optimizer, that is gradient descent. The formula of gradient descent was new weights is equal to old weight minus differentiation of loss with respect to the old weight. We came across another problem that was happening. Since all of the nodes are so interconnected and so densely connected with each other, it would be impossible to update the weights of the inner layers without changing the weights of the outer layers. So this was a problem. Hence we came across what was known as the back propagation. So today we will learn about back propagation. So what is back propagation? It is basically known as the chain rule of differentiation. So it follows the chain rule of differentiation. Okay, but before we dive and understand more about it, let us go and look over the terms and terminologies that we learned earlier about a MLP. So we had this output. We had weights of this format, if you remember, where K represents into which layer, I was from which node, and J was into which node. So suppose the weight here would be W from the first node into the first node, and this is for the going into the second layer. So the same way here it would be weights from the third node into the first node, and this is for the second layer. So like this you had the weights. You also had outputs like H. So for this output you had H. Because this is the output for the first node, you had 1 down here, and this is the output from the first layer, so 1 1. Here again you had output from the second node for the first layer. Here you had output of the first node for the second layer, and so on. You end up with output of the first node, third layer, right? So I am reminding you of these terminologies again is because we are going to revisit all of this and going to be needing this again for back propagation. Okay, so before I dive and tell you more about back propagation, let me just show you the back propagation for one path, and then we can go and you can make it as kind of an exercise and understand how back propagation works for the other nodes or the other paths. Okay, so for now, let us just consider this path that we are going to use. But what exactly is back propagation? So as the name suggests, we have to go backwards. You have this here, you have to go back, and you have to traverse in the path that you moved forward in. That is basically back propagation. Okay, first let us look again into the optimization formula. So let us go and start from here. So you have this output here, and you have the loss from the output. You have output here. Okay, we won't need this for now, so we can just leave it. So here is the question. You have the loss here, you have the weights here. For the loss to be differentiated with the weights, you have to actually travel this path back. You have this output in the middle. So you have to travel into this output first and then you have to go back to the weights. So for this weight here, I am not going to write the numbers because it will get very confusing. So let us just keep this. For this weight here will be equal to old weight minus differentiation of loss with first the output and then differentiation of this output with respect to the weights here. So old. Now this, let me just say W new and W old. All of these mean what? All of these are basically this W11 for the third layer. So this is what, but I am just writing it in this manner for now, just so that you can understand what is happening. So now let us understand for this W21 weight here. So the formula is the same. Differentiation will be differentiation of loss with respect to, now for this path again you have this here and then you have to go back here. So differentiation of loss with respect to the output and differentiation of this output with respect to the weights here. So this weight is basically 2, 1 and this is going into the third layer. So here also you can write 2, 1 going into the third layer. Now because this becomes very clumsy, I'm just going to keep it W old and W old and W new. And I'll just point out which weight we are calculating so it becomes easier. So we calculated here. Now let us go and understand how we will update these weights. Again, let's write the formula. I'm writing this again and again so that you all can learn about it. Okay, you have the output here. This leads to the loss. You have the output here. And you have the weights. Okay, so for this weight, what is the path? Let us just look into the path. You have this here. Then you have this here. And then finally you have this weight. This is the path. So you have to go back in this path. So you have first the loss. You will differentiate it with this output. Now this output will be differentiated with this output here. And then this output will finally be differentiated with the weights. So differentiation of loss with differentiation of weight. This is this weight here is equal to differentiation of loss with respect to the output here from the third layer first node into now the differentiation of the output from the third layer first node will be followed by the differentiation of output from the second layer first node, and now this output will be differentiation by the weights here. Easy. Okay, now let us look into this one. Differentiation of loss with respect to the old weight will be equal to, let us look into the path first. You have this path here followed by this path here and then you reach to this weight, right? So you have differentiation of loss with respect to the output here. This differentiation, what is the output here? The output will be H22. So differentiation of this output with the output of the second node of the second layer, and this output will be differentiated by the weight here. Okay, now moving on to the final one here. So let us calculate for this weight. So firstly, what is the path? This is one. You go back here. Let me change the color. You have this here. You go back to this path here. Then you have this path here. And you have this path here. Right? But then there is also this path. You have here. Followed by this one. Then you have this one here. and even this path leads you here. So what will we do now? Very simple, we will just add both the differentiations. First, let us write the terminology. So the output here is the output for this. Then we have the output here, which is, and the output here, and you have this weight here. Okay, so for this weight, differentiation of loss with respect to this weight will be equal to, this is 1 1, and for the into the first layer. So differentiation of loss with respect to this first, that is H31. Differentiation of this with respect to this now, H31 with respect to, then you have differentiation of this with respect to this. So you have differentiation of H21 with respect to H11. And finally you have the differentiation of this output with the weights here, that is differentiation of H11 with respect to differentiation of weight. So this weight is 1 1 first layer, and this is the old weight, right? But this is not over. We have to also add this path. So we have differentiation. Okay, let me make some space here. Okay, I'm just going to write this down here. Just take another pen. So you have the loss here. You have to differentiate it with this. This is the path. So differentiation of loss with respect to differentiation of H31 into, now this differentiation you have to differentiate it with this. And this is then followed by this output differentiation. So and finally you have this path complete, you reach here to this weights. So okay, so I know this is becoming very complicated, but here is as simple as it goes. So you move forward, and for moving backwards you just have to traverse in the path you just move forward in. If there are more than one path leading to that weight, so in that case you just have to add both the differentiation paths. That is it. So in short, you have this forward feed where you go forward in the layers one by one, and you have backward propagation where you go back, find the differentiation one by one and update the weights and biases. So this whole forward feed plus backward propagation together form one epoch. And many of these epochs are done one after the other, so that we reach the final ideal model where you have minimal loss. If you remember what is happening here, you remember this example, you go down and then you go down, then you go down and down and down until you reach this final destination, right? So you can think of this going down as moving backwards one by one, forward and backward, one epoch one after the other until you reach the minimum loss. So just a recap, you have forward propagation, you have to update the weights, so you use optimizers. In the optimizers, for optimizing, you use backward propagation to change the weights, and this whole thing is known as one epoch. Many epochs together form a training of a model, and such trainings lead to a good model or an ideal model. Okay, so in the next class we will talk more about activation functions. What are the types? Where are they used? Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching the video and keep learning.